Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of an Aussie Farming in the Philippines. What a lovely day. Sunshine, hot, sweat, humidity, absolutely. Ugh. Well, I've just come back over with the goats. It's 4 o'clock. So I just want to show you. Have a look at Molly. All the girls are pregnant from the last study. Even her sister here. There's the last one out of Nanny. But have a look at the size of her, would you? How many months more she got to go? 2 months.
2 months and 3 weeks.
So nearly three months to go.
Yeah.
So there you go. So she's 2 months and 3 weeks. Look at the fucking size of her, would you? Oh, I tell you, she must be having a dozen. I think the Bohovel trolls have been sneaking in of a night time and doing some dirty work to them, I think. Hey, baby. You know what them Bohovel trolls are like? You know, because they're always talking about goat humping and everything else. So it makes me wonder when they all talk about goat humping, why? Well, there you go. So maybe the girls have been molested by the Bohovel trolls. You know, like one of their trolls, he done a screenshot. He turned his camera around on his computer screen to show you something from somebody, GD Meat or someone like that, and it's got his search engine up, and on his search engine is goats, sheep sex on his search engine. Oh boy, but this boy, he's pretty darn good, isn't he? Like, he puts it out, puts the video out, turns it round, and there it is on his search engine, sheep sex. Now I think I'm a bit worried about me goats with all them trolls. I think that's the O'Neilly side of things. Right, well, a lot of rubbish coming down from the village. There's a pile of it here, there's another pile here, there's 2 piles further up. There's even a ball up there. So a lot of rubbish. Papa said they clean this out every 2 years. I've never seen it yet. Never fucking seen it at all. So while the goats are herding on with them all up over the back, and then when they get into this area here, this is when I come up through here. Chick will come out and about 3:30, and I'll actually come up here and do all the cleaning. So it's cutting down all the branches, all these bloody bamboos. Look at them. Look, it's fucking up the durian tree here, all this shit. So I said to Chick, right, just get someone to come and take it away for free. Just say, look, it's free, just come and take it, will ya? It's all falling down here. I had to clean all this off here, so I've cleaned all this off here. So like it happened before, Papa wanted to sell them for, I think it was but somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 per mat, which they call per clump. And as you can see, they all used to be here. All this was just dead ground because there was no sunlight. It was just pure dead ground, same as like what's in here, you know. But we got those sold off. They didn't pay for it like always, and just fucked off, left a mess. So, but I said to Papa, just get them to just cut it down. Just cut it down and take it away, you know, for free. Because look at the damage it's doing up here, look. And all across the other side, the durian tree there, look. But if not, then we'll have to get Wilfredo in, and we'll just start cutting it down and just laying it down there, just let it rot away. And that will get all this area opened up again, and we can plant more coconut trees back in here again, inside here. But the back block is looking beautiful as always. Like I said, I've picked up all the fronds. This is from today. All the fronds are picked up. Now Papa's going to do a harvest, I think, within the next week, if he can get a climber. Now we got 1,500 coconuts we got out of this lot last harvest. She was a fucking beauty. Good bicky, as we say. Good coin in the pocket. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, love? So Big Red will be back soon, so I can get all this mowed down, get back to a park again. All right, so this will all be looking beautiful. The new Kevlar belts are in, arrived from Australia. They're in at Manila, and that only took, I think it was about 3-4 days or something like that, 5 days maximum to get from Australia to Melbourne to Manila. But now to come from Manila here, it's got to come by truck, and that can take a fucking month. You know, welcome to the Philippines, you know, might as well just stick it on a bloody buffalo or something like that and fucking be quicker. You know, but there's always some excuse. Like, we're waiting on a box from one of our sponsors in Australia, and fucking bugs. And that took, to get from Manila to us here was about 6 weeks. It took, and it's sort of like What the fuck? I could have walked there and picked it up by now. But there was always an excuse, you know, like, oh, there's a hurricane up fucking somewhere else. Someone's got their fucking bad period on and she's cranky and doesn't want to deliver today. And there was always an excuse on why the truck wasn't, you know. Like, I thought the fucking modern world, like in Australia, for example, it all goes on the planes. You know, the commercial planes is flying from Melbourne to Perth. Then, of course, the mailbags go on that. But here, no, they have a separate truck and they drive it all the way up to Manila, drop off the postage for Manila. Then they pick it all up, everything for Davao, and they drive all the way down to Davao. And then, of course, once it gets to Davao, you got to wait for it to come to fucking Panabo. Seriously. That's the trouble. When you live in third world countries, you got to remember, guys, things aren't what you think they are. Simple things like mail, okay? There's no addresses here. There's no, you know, oh, 34 Calendar Street, Bijiwa. You know, that won't fucking happen here. No. That doesn't happen here. So that's why we had to get a P.O. box, because there's nothing, guys. There's nothing. There's fucking nothing. Nothing at all. But hopefully Big Red will be going again soon. So the first thing I'm going to do is these roadways here. Now, all I do is the one across the front now, in this area here. I was doing the whole lot stock and barrel. Then I cut it down to every second road. And then I cut down to half a road on every second road. And now all I'm going to be doing is just this parade ground here. That parade ground. And the pathway that goes, the road here goes all the way up to the end and across where the people are growing their vegetables up the back on that side. These, what's these big things called, orangey things called, hun?
Pomelo.
Pomelo. Well, Saturday night, I came out for a smoke at just after 8, and there's torches all around this place. People walking around with torches, so we knew what they were doing. They were confiscating these. Them bloody tourists, I tell you, coming here into this country and bloody taking souvenirs off the trees and heading home. So I up the back, shine my little torch around. Now, my little torch is what I got off of Bob. Bob the Builder. Now, that shines 200 metres. So I can light up all that area, or the whole lot I can light up the whole lot. So I just give it a quick blip, and they all buggered off, and they went off through here, went over to the squatters camp over here. But like I say, if it's not bolted down, guys, it will go. You must have fences, you must have. But why don't come at night time, you know, like after 8 o'clock at night, just come during the day and steal the bastards. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You see which is ripe and what's not ripe. Fucking dickheads. Oh dear, not to worry. So that's life. Like I said, the little torch, I said 200 metres. And when Cliffy came for his barbecue last week before he went back to Australia, and I was showing him, I said, right, we're standing at the garage looking towards the road. Now that's 100 metres. I said, look, it lights up the road, lights up our gate well. I said, now have a look at the house further back, that's another 100 metres. And we turned it on and it just lit up the whole fucking house. You know, this little torch with those 3 little batteries in it. Fucking amazing. Technology today, mate. Jesus Christ, I'll tell you. You know, like, if the Spaniards hadn't come here, you know, and fucked the world over, then I'll tell you, the Philippines would have been just like South Korea, would have been like Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, you know, all those places. It would have been really right the way through. But the trouble is, when the Spaniards come here, they just fucking took all the gold out and just kept taking it. And they kept the local population, what do you call it, dormant, would you call it? They didn't want you educated, they didn't want in power. They wanted all Spanish rule, you know, they wanted this as the Spanish rule. And they did that from the 1500s. Now, you've got to remember, Australia wasn't found until 1770s. You know, by then, they still haven't even invented, the Australian Aborigines hadn't even invented the fucking wheel. You know, they didn't even have a house. They used to have a lean-to, which was a log that used to come down, and they used to put bark on top of that, and they'd sleep inside. And because they were nomads, they'd leave that when it's got dirty, or, you know, then they'll leave there and move somewhere else, and they'll do again. You know, because I used to live with the Aboriginal monitors when I was in gas and oil. They had the office next door to mine, and they used to go out, find all the sites. We're going to put a pipeline through, all through this land, and the Aborigines saying, well, this is ancestral land, mate. This is my great-great-great-great-grandmother used to live here. This is women's area, and tell by this circle here that this is a women's area. This one here, that they all the good things, you know, about men and penises and all that type of stuff. So the Aboriginal monitors were employed by Santos, South Australia, Northern Territory oil searchers. And what they did was the monitors would go out with the map on the pipeline route, and they're saying, right, we're going to pull the bulldozers through here, and we're going to dig up and make a big trench and put big pipe work through. I want you to find all the Aboriginal sites and anything that looks Aboriginal and document it down, GPS it down and all that. And they did. And they used to come back with some incredible photos of the stuff they found. You know, it was sort of like amazing. But like I said, they hadn't even invented the wheel. You know, like the Philippines, 200 years beforehand, for Christ's sake. They've got big cathedrals and houses and fucking, they didn't have automobiles, you know. So it's a shame that the Spanish just fucked over the Philippines. It really is, because it put them right way back. Now people say, oh, that's a little bit fucking hard. Well, I'll tell you now, okay? This is all you trolls out there, okay? All you trolls. At the end of the Second World War, all of Asia and all the islands were all the same. Malaysia, Singapore, okay, Vietnam, Korea, all those places, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, all that after the war was all the same. It was all bombed out, fucked. Everything was exactly the same. The economy was all the same. Everything was exactly the same. Now you have a look at now South Korea. Have a look at Singapore now. Okay, say no more. Look at Vietnam, they're just boosting through. But it's all about education too, so don't get me started on that, bitch. All right, it's 4 o'clock after. I'm going to have to go and get all my babies done. Get them all fed. Chick will sit here with the goats. And I'm going to say TTFN. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, 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 buck. This is my come and get it call. Buck, 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 buck. The big Maria's little ones. They're grown up really beautiful, haven't they? They've got that red, that bluey tint, silver tint to them. Look at them, absolutely gorgeous. That's Big Maria. This is the babies here. 212 should be 3. Third one here somewhere. Buck, 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 buck. Silver, what are you doing out? Where's your little white one? So she's got one of Big Maria's eggs. She has. What the fuck's she doing out here? Where's your baby? Big Maria's got the big one. Where's your big one? Where's your white one? She's got a little white one with her. She hatched out 2 eggs. So they're different sizes because they're taken from different nests, and I just use her as an incubator. That's what I do. Where are you, little one? Fuck knows. Oh, I'll get the feed up and I'll find it. Silver, where's your baby? Oh, the snake hasn't taken it. It'll either be the snake or it'll be the eagles will take them. There's this one over here. I'll put tin against her, keep the rain off her, this turkey. She's got all the nesting eggs over there. Where's your baby, Silver? Fuck my dog. Well, send out a search party. Alright guys, so that's our update on the farm. Everything is going well. We had no rain today. Last night, early this morning, it bucketed down. Absolutely bucketed. Where is that young'un? That's why the ground's still wet everywhere. Outside where the goats herding was all wet. Bastard. Where they look? That's why I don't like leaving mothers with their babies out. That's why I put them away all the time, you know, in the hotels. One mother, she only had one baby, all the eggs were rotten. So, because I moved them all around, used her as an incubator. So I've got her in the hotel with one baby only. But I left Silver out with her too, because, you know, she normally stays inside here. That's really pissed me off, that. I hate losing babies. You know, especially when you go to so much, you know, attention looking after them. Well, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button to all your trolls out there. Here's one for you. Here's one for your dog, and here's one for your little budgie. All right, guys, love you and leave you. Sam's on a diet. Look, it's working. Look, he's got a ham on the back leg now. Before it was just straight, just straightforward. Catch you later, guys.